4 years, exactly 1,260 days since the city of San Diego has hosted a Monday night football game. The drought about to end with this matchup that you're looking at. The San Diego Strikeforce 1-6 hosting the undefeated Arizona Rattlers. And here to talk more about it is head coach Bert Grossman, one of the leading opinion makers of our time. Bert, kind enough to spend moments prior to the game. Bert, how you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, so let's talk. Do you know the last time the city of San Diego had a Monday Night Football game? It was November 9th, 2015. The Bears were visiting the Chargers.
I remember that.
I believe the Bears won 22-19. What kind of crowd are we expecting for our first ever Strikeforce Monday Nighter?
You know what? I'm not sure. With Easter being yesterday and it being a new Monday night game here, I'm really not sure. It's hard to gauge right now. Being a first year and being, expansion team, it's really hard to gauge the crowd.
All right, so the team is warming up behind us. Bert, just, at a 1-6 mark, the team needs to do something inspirational. So we picked this. Do you watch the Game of Thrones?
No.
All right, we picked. This is Jon Snow addressing his crew prior to their battle with the wildlings. Take a listen to this.
You're right. This isn't your fight. You shouldn't have to come to Winterfell with me. I shouldn't be asking you. It's not the deal we made. But I need you with me if we're going to beat them, and we need to beat them if you're going to survive.
The key phrase there is you need to beat them if we are going to survive. When you're 0-6, things are going, it's 1-6. Do you feel that need to do something special this year to get the pressures of the organization off your back?
The pressures of the organization off your back?
I'll tell you what. Let's just throw up this graphic. Right. Coming up at 6:45, we are going to have a live camera in your locker room seeing your pregame speech. Do you think that you could muster up something on the power of Jon Snow in Game of Thrones?
I think for us, the Arizona Rattlers are a little more formidable than the Wildlings, and it's not a TV show. But I'll try. I'm usually not that dramatic, as you know, but. It's funny. These kids are younger, so when you get too dramatic, they get too much into the moment. It's kind of better to settle them down.
All right. So I was here week 1, and now I'm here week 7. I've been as more than any other media member in San Diego. I've been loyal to you. I've seen remarkable improvement, not only in the caliber of play, but in the organization. Mm-hmm. If you continue at this trajectory, this could become fun, could it not?
I think it's fun now, yeah, but you're absolutely right. I mean, the field to the operations. We've got a new general manager sitting over there. I have to be nice to him. He'll fire me. But, yeah, everything has gone from, 0 to 1,000 difference. And you'll see it on the field.
Just out of curiosity, how is the team? Do any of these guys really know who you are?
They YouTube you, and then, they make comments about your films in black and white and those things. But I go out and practice with them sometimes still. So
And what have you learned in leading men?
Oh, that I'm old. God, I didn't realize. I mean, you hear... a lot of them weren't even born when I played, so it's a little depressing in that matter.
All right, so let's just talk about a few other things. First of all, Joaquin, you probably can't see it. This surface is right over the ice. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a tough surface to play on, is it not?
Yeah, and there's no padding under this. It's ice, literally. You can see down there, and then right on top is just a thin layer. So it's rough on you, so it's not for the faint of heart.
I mean, I respect these kids. I mean, they're risking life and limb.
And on top of that, we have walls here, so the out of bounds is like checkboards in hockey. So it's pretty daunting, and it's hard. People think you can go from 11 to this, and it's a totally different game.
All right, well, I want to just talk briefly about a couple of the things. First of all, the NFL draft is approaching. Mm-hmm. Do you have any fond remembrances of what was it, 1989? You were the 8th name pick. Were you one of those guys waiting in the green room?
No, I stayed in Philly that year. We had a star-studded draft that year. We had Deion Sanders, Derek Thomas, Troy Aikman, Barry Sanders, just to name a few. So I didn't go. I stayed in Philly, and I got the call from the Chargers, and that was it.
What do you get melancholy this time of year? Does it remind you of
you're crazy to me is how much the projections change. I mean, Kyler Murray was the number 1 pick, overall, and now people are saying he might drop out of the top 10. So it's crazy, like how the rumors go, whether they're planned or not, because players want, teams want to have players not look good so they can pick them up, and all these rumors come out. I had rumors. Everybody had rumors.
Every now and then, or actually, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd pick, the team grabs a great player of their yesteryear to come up and make the pick. Do you ever envision the day you get the call from the San Diego Chargers, or excuse me, now the Los Angeles Chargers, saying, "Hey, Bert, we'd like you to make the 4th-round pick"?
No, we have a strained relationship, the Chargers and I. I'm pretty critical of their move, and I'm pretty critical of that. So I don't really. I've never even spoke. I used to do their events all the time, but since they left San Diego, nothing.
All right, you bring up a kind of a touchy subject. Last week, LT was on the air with KUSI. In fact, he was making the San Diego media rounds, was on the radio with everybody, promoting his latest endorsement deal, something to do with energy. But
Yeah, Save Energy.
But boy, I engaged with a few folks on Twitter, and they were unhappy that we would put a Hall of Fame running back on our airwaves. They want to get past that. What do you what do you say about all that?
You know, it's a unique situation. I mean, you really can't go to that kind of thing except when the Cleveland Browns moved. I mean, that kind of, hurt to a community. And they still haven't really got over it. And you still hear about it. It's not just, moving to Phoenix or a team that people didn't care about. I mean, they were San Diego Chargers. So I think it's more that he works for the Spanoses now as a personal valet or whatever. I'm not really sure what he does, but I think it's more of that, his connection with the Spanos, than actually, him supporting the team.
Everyone backs on him for taking it. If the Chargers called you up and offered you a lucrative, you would do it.
No, I wouldn't. Not in a million years.
All right, quickly.
I have so much money from PPR right now in my account that I could live 3 lives.
That's true.
It is.
That's true. You sign a lucrative. You do have. You kind of break the bank. Lastly, just let's talk a little bit about tonight. Folks can plenty of good seats available. Come check it out. Right?
Yeah, come check it. It is entertaining. I'll tell you that. It's fun. So this is the Goliath of the league. So.
And at 6:45, we will be in the locker room live.
Yes, listening to my much-awaited pregame speech.
There is no 7-second delay, so please make sure.
I will. I will be Christian.
All right. All right, Bert Grossman, everybody. Well, coming up also at 6:45, a guy who's going to be calling tonight's game, John Quintero, will be joining us. We'll be talking with John as well as Bert's speech. And then here's a look at what's coming your way tonight on the All Sports Report. We'll be making 4 prep stops. And one other story to keep your eye on. Allison Edmonds was up in the North County today. As we mentioned, the NFL draft is about to begin. She was hanging out with former Santa Fe Christian Eagle and former Stanford kicker Jake Bailey, who's hoping the phone is going to ring this coming weekend. Take a listen to what he had to say about his draft day chances.
I'm hopeful. You never know what's going to happen, but I'm hopeful, and I'm just looking forward to getting to some city, some team, and being able to make my mark there.
You can see that entire conversation coming up tonight on the All Sports Report. We'll also hear from Madison Sinclair, and we're also going to be talking to some San Diego Padres who went to the mattresses. We'll explain coming up. The KUSI News at 5 p.m. has concluded. The KUSI News at 6 p.m. is about to begin.